We're out here running around looking for deer, but more exploring than anything. We're up here. This is Indian, or not Indian, but Wild Horse Creek. There's an old car over here I wanted to take a video of. Somebody shot it to pieces. We get some pretty heavy rains, and we had some just here a while back, and washed the roads out here. The road's been here and there and everywhere over the years. There's not a piece of hardware left on this thing except a few hinges. Hole shot in it. That would be a good car if somebody hadn't shot it all up. Somebody could have made him a hot rod out of that. Pack rats got in it and filled it full of cactus. The engine compartment up here is not shot up too bad, but terrible. I don't know why people shoot things like this up. I don't understand that. I have respect for what people created and did and made. And little humpback. And the doors are all still on it. But they sure shot it to pieces. I guess a real good body man could take that and fix it up. But sure would be a lot of work. But it is made out of steel. It's not rusted too bad in all reality. Not rusted out like you'd have in the Midwest or someplace. Pack rats were sure busy. Not a seat left in it or anything. Looking down into Fish Lake Valley on the south end to the north end. We went up there earlier today, up that road up to the creek up there. A lot of deer in here, but we didn't see one today. I saw a lot of deer tracks. It's probably a Dodge or Plymouth. I don't know. Not much left on it to tell. Suicide doors. The little Jeep. I put 20,000 miles on that thing, most of it off the road. That's the first little Jeep I ever had. I had Jeep pickups on the Jeep station wagon. The Double D Ranch down there and the Bar 99. Wright Road and all of that subdivision way up there. Silver Peak Range. We'll go up the road a little bit further here. These here are big ditches here. I don't think it's as rocky on this side as it is on the other side so far.
Yeah.
I could see that car from the other side. I couldn't tell whether it was a real car or what it was. Let's see how bad this is. This looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like somebody went around it.
Yeah.
Don't know about that. Caterpillar went around this way. Don't like getting out here on this button sage. It knocks holes in your tires. Well, it looks like it's in pretty rough shape, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing but cactus here. Well, that road's pretty washed out. Cuts back in over here someplace, I don't know. That road's gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to drive over that button sage too much. I don't want a flat tire.
Yeah.
That stuff is like a knife. We have to go turn around in it to get around it. And those cactuses, they got thorns that go right through a tire. Now that road, that somebody went over that way. Turn around up here. I know that Caterpillar went all the way up here.
Yeah.
That's all the tracks all the way up there. Well, it washed the road completely out, didn't it?
Yep.
Turn around here, hopefully. Jumping cactus, I don't like at all. That there will
Yeah.
flatten your tire. Now, I'm gonna go on up there, but I don't want to risk a flat tire.
Yeah.
I was younger, it wouldn't matter. Up on Greenhorn Mountain, I used to straddle those big ditches like that. When I was younger then too. Boy, it really washed out over there. Look
Yeah.
at that. Washed down big limbs. Well, we got to see the old car. Gary and Danny Harwood would come and got that old car, and it hadn't been shot up, and took it and made a hot rod out of it.
Yeah.
Road was real good right up to here.
Yep.
That was the end of it. We saw a lot of deer tracks today. and some deer highways, animal highways. Had one of them little side-by-sides or quads, I'd have gone right on up there.
So,
That's if you get a side-by-side or a quad, you could go right up there. As long as you didn't get that button sage in your tires. I got 3 flat tires in my yard, and I had to, some of them were destroyed in the sidewalls. Had a pretty good flood here the other day. There's another road going up that way. It's probably washed out too. Thing to do is follow where that caterpillar went.
yeah.
And we're aimed toward the Silver Creek Range there. I'm talking to the camera. Wild Horse Creek. Over that way is Furnace Creek. And a lot of creeks in between. This creek really roars. Valley used to be full of deer before all these lions. That's pretty good lion hunters up there to keep them under control.
Yeah.
He even had pet lions. He lived over in Lida. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
There's a trail sign down there to the left. Don't look like anybody maintained that sign in a while, does it?
No.
Little road trips here. I drive back up there to the top. Get that on camera. I think that Furnace Creek Road was pretty well washed out after this rain. They must have had that caterpillar up there in the last week or so. The tracks will still be here. You can find pieces of bristlecone pine washed down out of the mountains out here sometimes. I don't know what that piece is there. Some driftwood. deer hunting. It's more of a sightseeing tour than anything else. Still a lot of wild horses in here. Seen tracks today, but hadn't seen a wild horse. Well, we are here anyway. We saw plenty of them yesterday, didn't we, Larry?
Yeah, sure did.
Big herds. There used to be a white stallion here. Thomas. Little Thomas called him Silver. Mountains are white with snow up there. We'll drive back up the road, get a view of that. Might see a deer. They're sure wandering up and down that road. This road is rough all the way up though, just about. But it doesn't have any button sage in it to knock your air out of your tires. They had dumps up here when I was young all over the valley. And they usually had cars and wood stoves and heaters and garbage and everything else in them. People used to come up and go through that garbage and get lots of stuff. Mountains up there. Always thought it'd be neat to have a job to go up here and grade all these roads. Wouldn't that be neat, Larry?
Yeah.
Or UPS and go all the places.
They'd be coming up here though.
No, not now. Years ago, people lived up here.
Yeah.
They lived up in all these canyons. The old timers died off. Nobody wanted to come back. You can find old homes up here all over the place. These willows here. Rabbit brush there sure does make you have allergies. We'll show them going both sides of this river. And it's like a river too. People think think about this high desert up here, alpine country, and it's dry, but this country isn't dry, is it, Larry?
No.
Water everywhere. Not like it used to be in Bakersfield. Bakersfield, old Colonel Baker came there and said, water, water everywhere, not a drink. Not a cup of water to drink. This water's good to drink. We're going up the trail that follows the flume down here. All this water at one time, 100 years ago, 150 years ago, went into Fish Lake. Fish Lake was almost as big as the valley. Washboard Road. They have to keep this one open to maintain this flume. That part we're going right by right now is very old. It's made out of rocks and concrete. Go through a little gully here. Another ditch. Here we go. That flume is just turned left. Right by the flume now. Aqueduct, whatever you want to call it. Rain trying to wash this road out. One thing about when you're driving, at least you got something to hold on to. Marilyn said when we bought this, she wanted this Jeep because it had that handle on the glove box there.
She don't ride it now.
Then when she rode in it, she didn't like it so much. Too rough. Come over here. Take a look at this flume. I'll show you the flume. This is one of the areas where they put the water down the flume. Looking down on the valley where we just came up. Here is the aqueduct or the flume, whatever you want to call it. That was built years ago. A lot of work there. And it goes all the way up to the top of that mountain. Back down on the valley. All the flash floods way up there, they have work on the roads all the time. They got a gate valve up there, and it's really rough from here on up. The water's going the other direction right now. There's a pretty big deer track coming down this road here. It goes over to the top of that. Got a valve there. Cottonwood tree. Wild horses come up and down through here a lot. Camera, lights, action. Go Wild Horse Creek. It's rocky from here on. And we were almost juxtaposition to this point, weren't we?
Yeah.
Nearly. On the other side. Rocky, rocky. Need to get some Boy Scouts up here and go flip the rocks out the road. Have a road work day.
Too busy with their...
What's that?
I said they're too busy with their phones and stuff. They can't do that. So,
They used to come up here and do little camp work and stuff years ago, especially during Franklin Roosevelt's time and shortly after. He really maintained all this. He meant for people to be able to go up and enjoy the woods.
yeah.
high enough profile to come up here anymore.
Yeah.
I had it up here years ago. You know, I've had that thing for 23 years. I had the T100 for 27 years, I think. Right there. Almost a black stallion. Huh? Get that on the camera or not? Oh, he's a stallion. See him shake his head at us?
Yeah.
Challenge us.
Get up.
Well, a wild horse living on Wild Horse Creek, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that heavy trail. Look at that. That's an animal highway right there. He went down that trail just a while ago. He must have been up here. A lot of deer tracks there. Just up here a while ago, talking to the camera here. And here's where we turned around, if I remember right. Maybe. Take that camera up there and take a video of it. It's not beeping, did you notice that? Here we are up here at the top of the canyon. We could drive over here a little bit. Caterpillar came all the way up here where we were a while ago. You can hear the creek roaring. Pretty high rock there. Somebody hit bottom on that one. Got a little scar on it. Looked like it hit a oil pan or something. Looking down on the creek. Oh, I like to fell down here. Almost fell down on the creek. We were coming up that other road over there before. There's water in this country. See where it went like a big river down through there? That's the road we came up there. There's the black stallion. Right down there. Let's see if I can get him. Maybe, maybe not. And we'll see him when we go down, maybe. The camera will still be working. Here's the flume right here. Now they got it diverted right now. That there. Hey Larry, there's some of that rose quartz. That there has gold in it a lot of times. This is just real pretty. That's the stuff that's got gold in it a lot of times. That big vein of gold I had that rose quartz on both sides of it. We'll walk up here. Big deer tracks there. There's one big deer up here. Looks like it was an elk. This is big. Deer tracks. Big deer. Somebody left a shovel here. Forgot their shovel. There's where it goes down. That's the valve that turns it on and off. Which way it goes. Cut it off there and it runs over that overflow. Going down to the branch. When I was younger, I'd be right up that road hunting deer. That's a little pond right there. They're working the water over here. They had that caterpillar up here. It must have washed it completely out. Up and down on the valley. Big deer tracks. I was a tracker for so long, I'm always looking for tracks. That road, that caterpillar came all the way up here, so he must have gone and made some kind of a road from there all the way up to here. There was the tracks right there. One over here. And this little bridge here. That rock there, as you can see, somebody hit something with that rock. Probably too heavy to move. Down that valley, that road goes down there. Caterpillar came up this road. We were right over there. If you look way down there, you'll see that old car we were at right there. So we were up quite a bit way up there the other way. I don't see the black stallion. I'll shut this off for right now. Turn that back on. This may be around. Here we go. We can catch our black stallion. I'm glad I came back up here and got that on camera. People out there can't wait to have another road trip video, especially these four-wheel drive ones. I go back and watch them myself, live it over again.
Yeah.
It doesn't look this way, but that's a pretty steep climb right there. And you can see those deer tracks down there. A herd of deer came down this road earlier today. There's deer highways up here. Animal highways that wild horse just came up on. He probably came down out of that canyon. Quite a pile of manure there to show this is his country. And there's a great big pile of it over there on the other side of the creek. Where did he go? He was right here a while ago.
He probably went down.
Probably went down further over that hill. See where that flume goes. They got that flume fence on both sides of it. Somebody's been around all those rocks, putting rocks on top of rocks. Imagine when this thing was full of Shoshone villages here. Land of many smokes, what it was called. And over there was all the way from where you see to the right over there, all the way up there past us where we live on Chatterbridge Creek was all fish lake. You can see where it was out there. have gone over that hill. Might have been over that hill when we came up the last time. Lots of rocks. I heard a long time ago that they imported stones and had them ready to build a new temple in Jerusalem. As many rocks they got around that country, I don't know why they'd have to import rocks the same way as here. We got plenty of rocks. They used to build rock houses up here. They had plenty of building material. Down, I think you can see the flume a little better with the camera. People used to, when I was young in Fish Lake Valley, they would go up on Westgard Pass and pick up those flat shale up there and build drive walkways out of them, fireplaces and everything else, houses. Glad the camera has stayed on at least so far. It turns itself off occasionally. I took Marilyn up here a while back. The road was really bad because it was still a lot of water on it. We came right to here. Now she can watch it and see what the rest of the mountain looks like. When we built that road up there to go up Cottonwood Canyon, people have watched that video hundreds of times. We'd have been up here earlier this morning, we might have found that great big old buck coming down that mountain. This is kind of like a wild bull. Or one of them broncs I used to ride. Rode a bull up there on Snow Goose Ranch one time, and that thing flew me flat on my back. I couldn't get my breath. Knocked the wind out of me. I just jumped on him out there in the field. dip here. Lots of willows about to lose their leaves. It's gone down below zero, below freezing here a few times already. The road used to be over there. Another little dip, or a big dip. That road was there at one time. Had to move it over. The flash floods seem to follow the roads. A guy could follow that old road over there where it goes to that tower if we get to that old dump. There's probably 50 dumps in this valley at least at one time. Almost every ranch had a dump. Part of the road, if that's possible. Now that's washboard. sides of Wild Horse Creek. Got some gloves here, Larry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You gonna put your rifle up or just...
You want to use the gloves?
Nah.
No.
Wasn't bad. My knee.
Back in two-wheel drive country. Old railroad ties from years ago. It was a long time ago. Railroad went from Bishop area, came all the way up through here, Candelaria, Goldfield, Tonopah, Silver Peak, all over the place. I don't think it ever went to Silver Peak, but there was stagecoach trails from there. Well, thank you for riding along with us. We're going to shut her down now and go to the house.